29 remaining. Everybody that's left in this tournament is capable of taking it all the way. And both of these runners have proven throughout not only the Swiss and so far in the brackets, but also in their other races and in their practice runs. These guys are legit.
And with that, we are now underway. A very interesting start location here in the forest.
This does kind of set them up nice. There's 3 Armos locations within striking distance and a couple open caves, although, ew, on that small secret.
You call that a jackpot? I call that 3 lemons. 2 rupees is a very poor, small secret. So this has the potential of being a poverty seed. We'll have to see what happens with the medium and large secrets. We have 4 small secrets, 7 medium secrets, and 3 large secrets for a grand total of 14 secrets. They're looking for that sword first or the Armo statue item. No item here.
Dr. J opts to get the heart container, a gutsy play, which could pay off if he find an early candle shop. Meanwhile, Dragondarch decides to take it.
Yeah, so we have a divergence of decisions already from these 2 runners. Dr. J making the bold move, going for the heart container. He's got a 1 in 3 chance of picking up the white sword item, so hopefully for his sake, it's a good idea, or it's a good item, rather. Dragondarch picking up the candle, which is a smart idea, in my opinion, because that'll allow Dragondarch exploration. We have a heart container as the Armo statue item for DD.
That's unfortunate in the sense that it's going to kind of make our runners have to dig a little bit more to find those items of use. Hopefully they're able to find something possibly soon to give them a weapon or some sort of useful resource.
Wow, it's 2 down already. We've already seen 2 small secrets, and Dragondarch, unfortunately, before he can go to that staircase, takes a death to the Armo statue. He'll have to try again. We did see the medium secret on Dr. J's side. It is 31 rupees, which is a little bit above vanilla, but it is below the mean. So if this large isn't worth our while, we could be dealing with a poverty seed.
Dr. J taking a death as well up in the northeast. And that's going to happen at the beginning of a rando seed, especially when they're still searching for that wooden sword, which can be in any open cave or Armos. Once they find it, that should change. Ooh!
Oh, the price of bombs, 34 rupees. That is disgustingly high. The normal price is 20 and the maximum is 40. So we definitely could be looking at a poverty seed. The good news is wooden arrows are very cheap at 65.
Yeah, so hopefully they're able to get a very large secret. Or at least those door repair charges are well hidden. Otherwise, this could be a very grindy seed, especially if keys or bombs are a concern.
Yeah, and we did find a sword, but not the sword that we want. Dr. J found the magical sword, but you need anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts to pick it up. It does 4 hit points of damage.
The good thing about Dragondarch getting that candle early is while he's searching for his wooden sword and searching for some levels, he's able to burn these bushes. That's going to cut down on his exploration time later in the seed when Dr. J decides that he has to search this area for those elusive levels he's missing.
Wow, we have already found 3 of the 4 small secrets. Dragondarch just found another. Dr. J going to find that same 2 rupee secret. Door repair penalties, you were talking about that. There are 9 door repair penalties scattered throughout Hyrule, and the penalty is anywhere between 15 and 25 rupees. So if we see some, hopefully it's on the low end, considering what we've seen for money so far.
Both our runners headed towards the east side of the woods area. We're yet to see the ladder item.
Dragondarch finding that same magical sword. Unfortunately, he can't pick it up right now. Again, we need anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts. We've not found the white sword item yet, but it looks like we may find out the coastal item rather soon. And that is quote-unquote cheap bait. And I say quote-unquote because we already saw the bait that was in the 90 rupee area. That's the expensive bait. We just saw the cheap bait, and it's the most expensive it can be. Lord Banana on the coast!
Oh, man. Buckle up, folks. This is good for us, but bad for these runners. That is 2 of the 3 quote-unquote free items that are about as useful as it gets. Kappa, not really. We're kind of looking at a diggy sort of seed here.
Or as you would say a lot of times, JSR, dance game!
Exactly. I mean, the banana's a useful item early in the seed, but the thing is, these runners may not get that early in the seed. The ladder, for all we know, could be buried in level 7.
That is true. And we see Dragondarch with his rupees purchase a set of 4 bombs, and that could come in handy. We find a level behind vanilla level 1. It's level 9.
So of course, the first level we find in this seed is the one level they can't do anything with, and their search for levels and the sword continues. Still no luck on either front.
Dragondarch checking Monocle Rock and finding a medium secret for 31 rupees. What I was going to say before we found that ladder item on the coast, that is quote-unquote cheap bait. That 80 rupees is the expensive end of the cheap bait.
I will say that was a very cheap door repair charge.
I didn't catch exactly how much it was. It might have been the minimum 15. I'll check again if we find another one. But we find another level on Dr. J's side. It's level 4, and he's going to take a shot at it.
This is a risky play, especially if you get an early key block or an early shutter door. But if it pays off, if he gets the white sword or the wand here, he could have a humongous advantage.
AJSR, Dragondarch with the swag strats. He goes and plays money-making game. He won 16 rupees.
Nice. There's actually a manipulation you'll see a lot in some of the any % vanilla runs, and we've seen that in Rando from time to time. I did not see it here with Dragondarch, but if you... Ooh, Dr. J face plants for that key, takes a death.
Yeah, so he won't be able to do much here in level 4. It looked like he did pick up a key, but he'll have to come back later when he has a better weapon.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Come back later. There's no reason to rush into a dungeon when you literally have no weapons and no way to defend yourself other than that little Fisher-Price shield you have.
Fisher-Price shield. I love that nickname. That's very funny. I love it.
I wish I could take credit for it. That's actually a term I hear a lot in A Link to the Past, but it applies here too.
Is it because of the fact that the people who called it that are runners of that Fisher-Price Doghouse rescue game or whatever?
You mean the hottest speed game of 2017?
Yes, that's right. The hottest speed game in 2017. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Dr. J is going to check Vanilla level 5 next, or he might check the waterfall. Let's see what he's got in mind. He's going to check Vanilla level 5 first.
Taking the classic route up the mountain ahead, and it could pay off.
We find another medium secret on Dragondarch's end. He's now up to 66 rupees. Let's see if there's anything good behind Vanilla level 5. We've got more money. 31 rupees, so another medium secret found. We're still looking for the large secret. Door repair penalty is 16 rupees, so that's on the low end. Checking the waterfall. We find another Take Any Cave. Dr. J going with the heart container again. He's now guaranteed the white sword item if he can find it. But still no candle and still no wood sword. The way this is going, I think we're going to find it behind the medicine shop next to Vanilla level 9.
Yeah, Dr. J is probably feeling a little bit of heat here, and understandably so. We're nearly 8 minutes into this seed. He still has no candle, no weapon. I wonder if he's regretting not getting that candle, although, as we know, being able to see Dragondarch's side, that candle really hasn't paid off for him other than this nice damage boost he uses to get past those gorillas.
And we find another potion shop behind the Vanilla White Sword Cave, and Dragondarch's just going to save and make another attempt elsewhere.
So even though Dragondarch's exploration hasn't really netted him any profits other than maybe literally, it is going to give him a slight edge in the sense that if he's looking for those levels later, he knows he's already been there, there's nothing there, whereas Dr. J may opt to go and check that later. So could end up paying off for Dr. J depending on where these levels are. We've yet to find anything other than levels 4 and 9.
We're finding hint shops. We found both of them now. My brother has a... Oh, my God!
No!
Can you believe this? Heart Container, Lord Banana, Scrap Metal are the 3 Overworld items. So these contestants are going to have to earn their loot tonight.
This could end up being one of those seeds, Laws. I mean, it all depends. You know, the ladder and the bow could be sitting in level 1 for all we know.
True.
And it's going to be one of those things. Which level do these runners decide to gamble on first? And it really is going to be that, a gamble, unless they decide to purchase these hints.
Yeah, but you know what? This seed might be starting rough, but it's what I like to say is it's not how a seed starts, it's how it finishes. Dr. J finding another bonus cave, and again taking the heart container. He's now up to 7 hearts, and that's a suspect play. Again, he still doesn't have a candle, and we haven't found a candle shop yet.
Well, there is a guaranteed candle shop. He does find the sword, finally, one screen south of that Armos. Ooh, and Aqua Menace awaits with the bow.
You called it, man. You called it.
All right, so Dragondarch with the info edge here, Dr. J with the combat edge, and if he's able to find that, like I was saying, there's a candle shop somewhere in the overworld that you can access without a candle. He's going to have to find it, though. He finds level 8 where vanilla level 3 sits.
That is a nice find for Dr. J. With the sword in hand, we can find 2 items. Now with this room, the funny-shaped room, a.k.a. the H-mote room, you got to have a ladder to get through it, so he's ladder blocked. DD finding level 5.
Yeah, unfortunately, unless there's a bombable wall there, which Dr. J doesn't have any bombs to experiment with, and it would only be to the right since he entered that screen from the left, it does appear that we might have a ladder required seed.
Speaking of things to the left, we have a ladder block on Dragondarch, and he can't go to the left, and he has got no keys to go to the door to the right, so he is shut out of level 5. He'll have to come back later.
And then there's level 3 right next to level 5.
Oh, that's ugly. Dr. J just found the Take Any Roads, and one of them takes him one screen to the right. Oh, how about the other ones? One takes him to Death Mountain. That's not terrible. Let's see what your last one takes them. One screen to the north. Oh, these are ugly Any Roads.
Well, that's bad luck. This seed is going to keep giving these guys as many trolls as it can. I guess the good thing about it is that it at least gives you a shortcut from the Dead Woods over to Death Mountain, but we're yet to see if that's going to mean anything. I doubt we're going to see the Any Roads get used much here.
I think if Z-Man was on commentary with me, I think he'd rate those a D-. We find a candle shop for a cheap price of 47 rupees. Dr. J's in luck. He can go ahead and purchase that candle, which means next time he finds, guarantees going to be the red candle.
Yeah, the red candle will be in whatever level he decides to dig that isn't ladder blocked for sure.
Blue candle, you can fire it on the screen only once. Unfortunately, Dragondarch taking a death in level 4. Hard to do exploration without any form of weapon. He's just got bombs and a candle, no sword. The red candle, if you find it, you can fire it as many times as you want on the screen, but be aware, only 2 shots can be on the screen at the same time.
You want to know something funny about that death that Dragondarch just took? He did the exact same thing Dr. J did. Face planted into that Gibdo, got the key, and took a death.
That is all 4 small secrets we have found already. So from here on out, all the money we're going to find is going to be medium or large.
Well, Liquid Husband is smiling somewhere. Dr. J picks up the scrap metal.
Indeed, and I certainly don't blame him 12 and a half minutes in. We have not found much other than the 2 boomerangs and the heart container, and you found the cave, you've got your 7 hearts, might as well pick it up.
Dr. J opts not to buy the extremely expensive make 3 easy payments for your bombs. He's going to try to earn his bombs and having no luck of it.
Now Dragondarch getting the same information that the magical boomerang is the white sword item in Death Mountain. Now the boomerang does have some uses. For one, you can stun most of your enemies with them. A no-can-do with Dark Nuts or Whiz Robes or Pole's Voices or some other things. But it can also pick up rupees and hearts that are laying on the ground where if you're on the other side, like let's say you're in a ladder-blocked room and you find rupees or hearts on the ground, you can pick them up with that boomerang.
Yeah, boomerang's very underrated. It definitely comes in handy, especially in some of the rooms as Dragondarch picks up his lollipop. And that actually brings me to a question in chat. Dragondarch plays with a special sprite set. He plays with a custom Legacy of the Wizard sprite set where every sprite has been changed to represent that game. And ooh.
Bad luck for Dragondarch before he can check that Armo statue. And that seems to be a death trap for many runners. When they check that Armo statue and they're underpowered, don't have a weapon. Well, in Dragondarch's case, he did. But it seems to be a death trap for many of these runners.
It's tricky because especially if you don't have Lord Banana and you only have the green tunic or, in Dragondarch's case, the pink dress.
Losing a heart.
Exactly. And it's dangerous. It's an easy way to die there.
No question about it. I mean, fortunately for both of these runners' sakes, I think Dr. J had checked that cave, and I don't think we found anything of too much value. So if Dragondarch doesn't check there again, it's not really going to penalize him that much.
Nah, and he was able to get his sword at the very minimum, which was 1 screen south in the opposite direction. I think that screen in the Armos hides a take any, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Now that you mention it, I think you're right about that. So, I mean, not the worst thing in the world for Dragondarch to miss out on. I mean, he might check it again later, but it is still a tough place to take a death. Dragondarch checking start. That's level 4, which we saw earlier. Back to level 4.
This time he's a little better equipped. He's got a sword. He has a couple bombs. He does have that Gibdo key. It's going to come down to whether or not that key is worth spending here, or does he want to explore more, try to find an easier level? Ooh, what is that?
That's the Triforce. We have our first Triforce capture of the match. 15 minutes in, Dragondarch has got the Triforce out of level 4. And another thing you notice, we have some squishy wall masters, because normally it takes 2 wooden sword hits to take them down. They're on the minus side of the HP thing. And that's some of the things I do want to talk about. We do have HP shuffle anywhere between plus or minus 2 of what their vanilla amount is going to be. We have got mixed hints turned down, so there is an equal chance that these hints that we're going to see could be a helpful hint, but there's also an equal chance that the hints we see might be one of those troll community hints that are going to give everybody a laugh, but not the runners who are playing the seed.
Yeah, we love them, the runners do not. And Goma trolling Dr. J here as he digs into level 3. I like Dragondarch's play to go back into 4, but if I'm him, I don't spend much time. And ooh, Dr. J finds a lovely room.
Another ladder block. Wow. So Dr. J is out of level 3. Another thing that you're seeing is we're seeing second quest rooms. So that H-mote room that we saw earlier, that's something that you see in level 6 of the second quest. So you're going to see those kind of rooms. You're going to see second quest staircase rooms, and you're going to see many more different rooms that have push blocks.
Another unfortunate death for Dr. J. Dragondarch comes in, sees the same room you were talking about earlier. Let's see if he opts to bomb right. I don't think he will, because he actually screen scrolled in, so that means that level 8 is indeed ladder blocked.
Ladder is king so far in the seed. We have seen nothing but ladder block dungeons, so ladder is king right now.
So at this point, neither runner really making any progress other than Dragondarch getting that Triforce out of 4. If the ladder is in 4, that could come back to haunt him. He opted not to spend his key there. Let's see what his play is as Dr. J is searching near vanilla level 1.
And Dr. J is going to check Candle Row and the areas surrounding it, and he's going to, yep, that is the correct bush to burn. We've got a money-making game. He's not going to gamble his 79 rupees, and I certainly don't blame him.
Yeah, so usually we have a situation we're 17 minutes in. Usually by now we know a thing or two as commentators and viewers, but we know barely more than these runners do combined, although Dr. J finds level 2.
That's a nice level to find, because we're going to find an item that is on the ground. And, ooh, if this is a push block, no, it's not going to be. I was just about to say this could be segmented, but we saw the shutter door that automatically disqualified that notion.
And we get pushover red dark nuts. Look at that.
Wow, -2 on the roll. That's very nice. So they go down in only 2 wood sword hits and 1 white sword hit, but they still do 1 heart of damage. And Dr. J, finding out the hard way, back to the start of the dungeon he goes.
So yeah, this is actually the right play, I think, in this case, especially knowing level 3 is ladder blocked, 8 is ladder blocked, 4. He hasn't really dug too much yet. Why not? Come in, take a look. Level 2's item is usually very easy to get to. If this is the ladder, this will really set Dr. J up nicely here.
Dragondarch going back to that Armo statue screen where he died on, and he finds his bonus cave, picks up the Arcatainer, and Dr. J gets a key for his efforts against those Dark Nuts. We have the map to level 2, not a segmented level 2. Contestants for the first time tonight, name that ink blot.
Oh, I forget his name from Super Metroid, the one boss that you have to electrocute. What's his name?
I can't think of it either because I've never played Super Metroid, unfortunately.
I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but that's what he reminds me of.
It looks like someone meditating to some god or something. That's what it looks like to me.
That's a good one. It does look like that. Dragon, thank you, chat.
Dragon is the name. And Dragondarch finds the all-important level 1. We know that the bow is one of the 2 items here in level 1. Now, it could be the one behind the staircase, or it might be the floor drop item.
Yeah, so we're going to get some information finally about 20 minutes into the seed. Which one of these runners is going to find an item? Now, obviously, we know Dragondarch knows this as well, that the bow is going to be possibly here. Let's see.
That's a nice clock drop for Dr. J in that very difficult room where every enemy takes 2 hearts. We find the red ring!
Oh, boy. That is huge.
Huge because it quadruples his defense. His damage is now down to 1/4 the base value. That means the floor drop item is going to be our bow.
And not only does that, it's really nice to get that early because you're still fighting with the wooden sword, you still have low health. Getting that red ring has just given Dragondarch the edge early on in this match.
Oh, absolutely right. Dragondarch doing things in the right order right now. And we have, boy, look at this inkblot. This is a teeny tiny level 1 contestants. Name that inkblot.
Ooh, that's a tough one. It kind of looks like the totem from, what's it called, Inception.
So we have a 14-room level 2 and a 13-room level 1. These are teeny tiny levels. I got a feeling 3 and 4 are going to be massive.
Still haven't seen that item in 2, nor have we seen the Did we see the Triforce in 2 yet? Oh, look at that.
Oh, shoot. Looks like you're going to have to go around. No, we have seen the Triforce in level 1, but we've not seen the Triforce or the item yet in level 2. Dr. J did find a heart container. He's up to 8 hearts, but we know that that is not the item. We've got troll dongos with the good old troll faces. That is the custom sprite that Dragondarch uses for his game.
It's awesome. Yeah, I love this sprite set, and that's one of the beautiful things. And shouts out to all of the people behind the scenes working on the custom sprites that we're seeing in the Zelda 1 randomizer. Everyone saw Krim's swan song yesterday with that awesome peanut butter jelly time sprite. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, and Dragondarch down to 1 bomb. He has to nail this shot, and he did.
Yeah, it's always scary. You miss that bomb, and especially if this ends up being his bow, it ends up being the heart container, but that could always come back to bite you if you're a little bit too risky with those bombs.
We're finding a lot of keys in level 1. That is very unusual. Level 1's usually a key-starved dungeon with a lot of locked doors. Dr. J finding a room full of Pole's voices. He could use that bow and arrow because you need... Normally, it's 10 wood sword hits to take down these bunnies. These might be a little bit soft.
Yeah, and it's going to kind of be nice. Ooh, nice clock there for Dr. J. That's going to help him. With only 2 rooms remaining, he did already see the Triforce, so there's a 50-50 shot this is his item.
Yep, let's see if we find an item here. The raft is the item in level 2.
Well, we're still missing some levels, so that could end up coming into play.
And Dragondarch finding the bow in level 1. He full cleared the correct room, so now he can go back, pick up the Triforce, and be done with level 1. Dr. J picking up the Triforce in level 2. Hey, wait a second. It's in the Triforce room, but it's not in its proper spot. That's very interesting. I love it.
Yeah, little quirks of the randomizer whenever there's enemies in that room. The Triforce or whatever item is in that room usually will be carried. Although sometimes you'll see it on the floor.
So we have a Triforce for Dr. J and now 2 Triforce pieces for Dragondarch. Dr. J going to check the vanilla level 4 raft spot. Do we have a raft required seed? Not yet.
Yeah, it's a relatively low odds for that. Ooh!
Oh, this is, I wouldn't say it's a poverty seed, but it's definitely a below average money seed. 84 rupees is not that great of a large secret, so buy your purchases wisely. Bow and arrow, meat. Well, obviously the blue ring is out of place since Dragondarch got his red ring, but make your purchases wisely.
Yeah, in Dr. J's case, I'm a little concerned. He's almost to that point where blue ring is going to be in range. And considering the level 1 is a pretty easy spot, if he doesn't check that until late and he buys that blue ring, he's really going to regret it.
Okay. Paratrooper saying 84 is fine. Well, 84 is, like I said, it's not a poverty seed. I call it a below average money seed, but still, make your purchase wisely.
All right, well, Dr. J's digging back into level 4. I don't believe we saw the item here yet, so we'll have to see if this pays off. Dragondarch going into level 2. The right play, at least from his perspective, but we know, unfortunately, that raft probably not going to be required. It still could be.
Yeah, we have not checked the raft spot in Northeast Hyrule where you would find one of the 4 take any's in the vanilla quest. Now, the item in level 4 is going to be behind a staircase. If it's not a segment in level 4, he will find it potentially behind this room because this has the potential of being a push block. Dragondarch finds his map to level 2.
I do think in that case that room was actually the room the key was in. I think Dr. J remembered that. That's why he decided not to clear it.
Right, and Dr. J trying to do his best to get through these bunnies and Gibdos here, and these bubbles are not helping it out. The boomerang could help against the Gibdos.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see runners, and I like to use this trick a lot whenever I'm in a room with tricky enemies. If you exit and re-enter the room, depending on the spawn priority of those enemies, you can actually get an easier enemy set if you re-enter the room, but he opts to go ahead and clear it.
Nice job by Dr. J. He got a clock drop, and as a reward, he got another key, so he's up to 4 keys. So right now, both these runners are doing decently in the key department.
Dragondarch showing off some slick combat there. Clears that room very quickly.
Absolutely. He's doing a great job here in this level 2. And he gets his heart container. That'll put him up to 8 hearts as well. Already, in 25 minutes in, both of these runners are 2 hearts away from a potential shot at the magical sword. The way these runners have been picking up hearts, it could come into play.
That would be the first lucky break if they were able to get a 12-heart magic sword, because they haven't had much luck so far in this seed.
Another potential staircase room, and again with these Dark Nuts that only take 2 hits to take down, there's a chance we may find our item right here. Dragondarch still looking for the item. Again, we know that the item in level 2 is the raft. Dragondarch going to have a chance to double play 2 for 1 on that bomb. That was amazing by Dragondarch.
And it looks like Dr. J found the staircase, and it is a transport staircase. Interesting.
That means this is a segmented level 4, because level 4 is the last level in the vanilla game that is not necessarily going to have a transport staircase. And because that was a transport, we know this is a segmented level 4.
Dragondarch, with the bow and the arrow purchase he made earlier, able to clear that room much faster than Dr. J picks up his raft.
Indeed he does, and we've got the Triforce. The Gibdo was the one that swallowed it in his belly, and unfortunately that Gibdo is going to be starving for his nacho cheese Doritos.
I call this ink blot Michigan.
Ooh, Michigan. Not bad. Not bad at all. It does look like the isthmus that connects the northwestern part of Michigan to the rest of the inland. So, contestants, name that ink blot. This is a pretty healthy size level 4. 22 rooms, so yeah, on the big side.
Yeah, and it's a gamble here. Now, of course, Dr. J does not know Dragondarch has already gotten the Triforce and opted out of 4 without the item. Now, if this ends up being the ladder or the silver arrows or possibly a required power bracelet, this could really come back to bite Dragondarch in the bum.
Dragondarch is going to check these hint shops, and unfortunately, finding a couple of community hints, he saved before he purchased those hints. So by doing the retry trick, he'll get all of his cash back.
Yeah, it's a really, really valuable strat, especially if the start screen is by a hint shop. I would almost say that everybody should be doing that retry strat if it's right by start. It's so nice to be able to get those rupees back.
All 3 of them are community hints. Yuck. This seed is giving these players not too many breaks. We've seen, I think, 4 or 5 out of the 6 hints be community hints in those hint shops.
Yeah, and that's probably going to set a little bit of panic, not a lot, but a little bit into these runners' minds, especially if Dr. J checks those hints as well. Because remember, we're almost a half hour into this seed. Both these runners, well, Dragondarch has 3 Triforces, still does not have the ladder. We know the ladder is required. We're still missing some levels. So you're kind of getting that little itch in the back of your mind. Am I not moving fast enough? What if my opponent found that ladder first?
No feat of strength required to save the princess, so we found the final hint. So power bracelet not required to beat this seed.
Great news for Dragondarch, especially if the level 4's item is that power bracelet, because he'll know that he doesn't need to check those 4 locations, and this could really is going to come down to this item in 4. This could make or break the race right here.
By the way, I just got some information from chat. Those wall masters have 0 HP, so they can be killed with a boomerang.
Correct. We've actually been seeing Dr. J use the boomerang against them, and that's one thing. In Randomizer, this boomerang is a lot more valuable And it's valuable in vanilla, but it's a much more valuable item here in Rando.
Speaking of items, we're about to find out what the item in level 4 is. We have got the book!
Oh no, that is terrible news for Dr. J. Massive advantage to Dragondarch if he decides not to return to check level 4's item.
Yeah, absolutely. And somebody was calling for a book in chat. Well, you got your wish.
Oh, that is rough luck. So that's, he's only a Triforce behind. He's only the bow behind, and once he finds level 1, he'll get his red ring and his bow. But yeah, Dragondarch has got a big advantage now.
Dragondarch finding level 7, which means the only level that we have left to find is level 6, and it's starting to look increasingly likely that none of our big-time items are going to be required. The raft, the power bracelet, and the recorder. There is just one level left at large at this time.
Yeah, we're still missing the East Coast raft spot, and ooh, look at that room.
Oh no, Uncle Wizzy's house and a spiral staircase. You want to get to that staircase, you're going to have to hope. Well, the good news for Dragondarch, he's got a red ring, so instead of losing 4 hearts, he would lose only 1 heart. We find a clock, doesn't need it. Do we have an item here? Nope. That's a transport staircase, which level 7 normally does have, at least 1.
Yeah, so more than likely, unless the East Coast raft spot or the vanilla level 7 spot has a level behind it, then we're probably going to find some levels on Death Mountain.
All right, and Dr. J finding an arrow shop. Not going to purchase any arrows right now. We've got some red land molas, and the good news, we've got a red ring for Dragondarch, so he's only going to lose half a heart per pop instead of 2 hearts. And thankfully, they're not the blue variety where you need Pegasus boots to outrun them, and they do the same 2 hearts of damage.
Other good news, they went down without a fight, really. They kind of melted under his sword there, so it looks like they got rolled down in the HP department.
Yeah, that's very nice indeed. Find a push block here. And he's able to push it. Let's see if this is our item. No, it's a transport staircase. Might be a segment to level 7, but keep in mind, he didn't go through the entire staircase when he found the first one. Look at the price of the bomb upgrade. Ugly. It is the cheapest price available at 75 rupees, ranges between 75 and 125, but we've got ourselves the trade-off. It's the least upgrade you could possibly want. It's anywhere between 2 and 6 bombs, Dragondarch getting only 2 extra bombs. So this seed not giving our runners any breaks at all.
Yeah, they can't buy a break. They almost did right there, but instead they broke their spirits instead.
Oh, absolutely. But Sports did just make a good point. You do get what you pay for, so I guess it shouldn't surprise any of us.
Hey, you know what? For 75 rupees, I'll pay for 2 bombs. That's not that bad.
No, it could be worse. And we have found level 6 on Dr. J's end, so it looks like unless we have a Dig Dogger required Triforce, none of those really important items are required. We know the power bracelet's not required. That means the raft is not required, and the recorder would only be required if Dig Dogger is guarding a Triforce. So right now, ladder truly is king.
All right, so this is possibly big if the item in level 6 is that ladder, although Dr. J's opting to check the screen to the left. He's going to see if there's a bomb hole here. There is not. Let's see if he pirouettes.
Speaking of the ladder, we have found it! Dragondarch has found the ladder in level 7. He's now got a big lead in this seed.
Now, he doesn't know where level 6 is yet, so he is not. But, Laws, we're in no mode.
What do you mean by no mode? I've never heard of it. Yeah, silver arrows.
Exactly. So, the only thing we're missing at this point is the silver arrows, which could be in 9. So, it's really going to come down to what these runners want to do as far as, do they take that chance? And we know the recorder is still out there. We know the power bracelet is still out there. So, after we get another item or 2 of information, we might be able to determine where those silvers are.
Let me tell you something. Magical Sword might not be in play now, because if you look at our map right here, all 9 of the dungeons are in the west side of Hyrule. So that Magical Sword's a long ways away. There's a chance that if we find the white sword, they're not going to go back for the Magical Sword, even if they have plenty of hearts at their disposal, because you know time is going to be of the essence.
I didn't see why Dr. J left level 6. I'm sure there was a reason. I don't know. He's searching Death Mountain, so maybe he hasn't found all 9 of the levels yet. I know he hasn't found level 1.
And we find that the magical sword hint has been replaced by a community hint. Not that it matters to either of these runners. Both of these players do know where the magical sword is here in Hyrule. Level 6 appears to be ladder block. That's the reason why Dr. J left. And he's out of bombs as well.
So a bad break for him, especially because he does not know what that item is. He does not know that the ladder's in 7. We do. We know a few item locations, but not everything yet. Do you want to break those down, Lost?
Sure. Here's what we have found so far in this seed. Level 1 has the bow and the red ring. Level 2 has the raft. We don't know the item that's in level 3. The item in level 4 is the book. Level 5 and level 6 items, we don't know. Level 7 has the ladder. Don't know anything about level 8. Armo statue item is the heart container. The ladder item on the coast, Lord Banana. And the white sword item is the scrap metal. So we still have plenty of items left to find, including the power bracelet, the bow. Or no, the bow was already found in level 1. The recorder, the silver arrows, the white sword, the any key, and the wand. Those items are still at large. Red candle.
And we do know that the power bracelet and recorder have to be in either 3, 5, 6, or 8. So
That
once
is
we find
correct.
those 2 items, we will kind of have a clearer picture on where those silver arrows are.
Right you are. Dragondarch finding the heart container on the ground. He has now got a 20% chance of the magical sword should he make a play for it. He's still looking for the item. We see that Dr. J is going to fill up his health, do the save trick so that when he goes back to the first screen, he'll have full hearts.
Here's the situation, Loss. He has 250 rupees. Is he going to make a play for that blue ring? And there's our power bracelet at 5.
Yep, and Dragondarch's not picking it up because he knows it's not required, so he's not even going to bother to pick it up. Smart move. Yeah, Dr. J has 250 rupees. He has enough to buy the blue ring, and if he finds level 1, we know where level 1 is. If he finds level 1, he is going to be sorely disappointed in that purchase.
He's only a couple screens away. It would really be in his best interest to go up.
But
And
instead,
he's gonna
he's going to buy that blue ring.
No.
And it's not going to be the end of the world if there's no bow block. So far, we haven't seen a bow block yet, but Dr. J did purchase the blue ring, which will double his defense, so the damage taken is now down to 1/2 the base value. But when he finds that red ring in level 1, he's going to be like, no, I bought a blue ring, and this is not a money-rich seed. Oh, what if I need arrows? What if I need bait? What if I need a potion?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just the way it worked out. He still is looking for one, and he does not know, I don't believe. Was he the one that got the hint about the power bracelet, or was that Dragondarch?
Dragondarch did. That's why he avoided the power bracelet. He's the one that knows.
Oh, man. Yeah, I would say Dr. J's in a bit of a tight spot here. The only thing that would really save his bacon is if he finds those silver arrows.
Well, Dragondarch finding another heart container. He now has a 40% of picking up the magical sword if he makes a play for it. Level 3 has one item that is behind a staircase. If it's not a segment to level 3, then the first staircase he finds guaranteed is going to have the item. Dragondarch going to leave those bombs behind because he's already got the maximum 10.
And Dragondarch's looking pretty good in resources. Look at that, 10 keys.
Which means the any key is going to be the item in level 3.
Probably.
All right, we'll see if that's the case. The any key, of course, is still at large. I'm going to take a prediction, and I'm going to say we're going to find the white sword and the silver arrows in level 9. That is going to be my guess.
That's a pretty good guess. I mean, we know that the recorder's in one of the 3 levels. We do not know the item yet. So, still odds that the silver arrows are going to be in any of those vanilla spot, or the first 8 dungeons, excuse me.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dr. J's routing's been a little bit rough in this seed, and Dragondarch, so far, in my opinion, he's playing a right order seed, and Dragondarch going to town on those all-you-can-eat pancake buffets that we've got going here in Hyrule. 100 rupees, you can go to town on likes. Dragondarch finding another key. Get a key, spend a key. Well, he's got plenty of keys. Keys are definitely not going to be an issue. We've got a reverse C. That is not going to be a push block because we've got the compass in here. Whenever there's an item drop like that, guaranteed that is not going to be the push block that's going to have a staircase. Meanwhile, Dr. J finding a heart container, and right next door we've got the map. It's not a segmented level 3, and it's quite a big one. Contestants, name that ink blot.
It's a microscope.
And it's 21 rooms. Yeah, that's a deluxe microscope if I've ever seen one. I will agree with your assessment for that one.
Jumbo micro.
Yeah. So if Dragondarch does find the staircase, guaranteed it's going to have the item he's looking for. Potentially might be here. Yes. We're going to find out our item in level 3 right now. It is... What is that item? It's a red candle. That's the red candle.
Yeah, the red candle.
So no any key here. Red candle is the item in level 3.
Bad news for Dr. J. Dragondarch kind of shrugs it off. No big deal. Which is going to narrow his search down.
Again, red candle is one of those items that's great to find early, but not 40 minutes in. So we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We are still looking for the items in level 6, 8, and 9, and we know that the recorder has to be one of those. So at the moment, we have a 50-50 chance that the silver arrows are in level 9.
And 50-50 chance that your early prediction is going to come true here. It's definitely looking like it. And no matter what, with the items remaining, with the exception of possibly the recorder, and even that has its uses, every item remaining for Dragondarch at least is useful.
Yeah, including the recorder, because that's the transportation method you're going to get from level to level. And looking at where level 9 is, the fastest way to get there is warping to level 1 or level 2.
Now, for Dr. J's sake, he has to hope that the silver arrows are indeed in 9, and that Dragondarch opts to go back to level 4 and dig that item out before he digs into 9. A choice like that could give him a chance to get back in this race.
Dr. J is in a very nasty situation. This is a horrible room to have spike traps in, this moat room. Without the ladder, you're guaranteed to take damage.
Yeah, that's just unfair. This is brutal for him. He's down to a heart and a half. Honestly, considering that he doesn't know where level 1 is, that blue ring just saved his bacon.
Oh, absolutely it did, because those spike traps normally do 1 heart of damage, so with the blue ring, they'll do half a heart of damage or a quarter heart of damage in Dragondarch's situation. Dragondarch's now in level 8. 2 items to be found, and silver arrows potentially could be here, so we'll see if Dragondarch is able to parlay his level 8 exploration into the weapons he needs to take down the beast.
Dragondarch had a glut of money early on, but using liberal arrows here, he's down to only 13. So probably going to see a little more conservative arrow usage, especially if he finds the wand or the white sword in this dungeon.
Oh, shoot. And boy, what a shoot room that is. We've got a troll handler in that room. I do not want to fight a manhandler in that room. No thanks.
Yeah, red ring or not, that's a room that hopefully is not required. And so far, it's looking like it might be.
I want to see the Triforce in that room.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, well, again, there's not been too many breaks for these runners. Again, we're still looking for the silver arrows here. Dragondarch taking care of these likes. There is no reward here, so he'll have to go elsewhere.
Does find a bomb hole, so at least he can avoid that shoot room for a little while, and there's his map.
Yep, and not a segment to level 8. Contestants, name that ink blot.
Looks like a Metroid, kinda, or maybe a Space Invader.
Well, JSR, what I do know is level 8 is going to get the last season level 7 moniker. This is 33 rooms of pure nightmare for Dragondarch.
Oh. I mean, even with the red ring, taking on a Gleeok, although he gets a 2 HP Gleeok head and a Triforce.
And a Triforce. Let's see if Dragondarch decides to hit the Gamblematic 9000, or if he decides to go back there and seek out one or both of the items. Dr. J finding the red candle, and he's going to pass up on that 44 minutes in. Certainly don't blame him. Something you would have wanted to find earlier when he had all those taken. He decided not to take the candle at that point.
Yeah, this is just unfortunate for Dr. J. This has not been a poorly played seed by him by any stretch of the imagination. He's just playing it in the wrong order, and that's not his fault. It's just one of those things, rando being rando.
Yep, and Dragondarch has decided to gamble. He is not going to go back into level 8 to seek out the item, so he is taking a chance here. Now, he's about to find level 6 right here. Let's see what he decides to do if he finds the Triforce first.
Now, this is one of those dungeons. We still don't know the item. If this ends up being the silvers, then obviously he made the correct play. This is another opportunity for Dr. J to get back in it, because Dragondarch could go back to 8, but that is a huge 8. He may go to level 4.
I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to say the recorder's in level 8, and here's the reason why. For some reason, and JSR, I don't know why the reason is, but for some reason, the recorder is seldomly in level 6. In all of the commentary I've done so far this season, the recorder has been in level 6 one time. That's it. Once.
So I'm going to make my bold prediction now and say the recorder is going to be in 6.
Well, with our luck, though, JSR, we're probably never going to know.
It's possible. Unless he finds an early Triforce, I imagine he's going to dig for this item.
Correct. Don't feed Ganon after midnight, the good old reference to Gremlins.
Which is an underrated NES game, by the way.
Yes, Gremlins 2, which has a really darn good soundtrack, but then again, just about any game made by Sunsoft is going to have a darn good soundtrack.
Yeah, my favorite is probably Gimmick, not to get too off topic.
Right. That's another story for another time. Dragondarch getting a lot of bombs from these Gibdos right here. And he gets another drop!
Why not?
Wow!
The rich get richer. He's got 11 keys, we might as well give him all the bombs too.
Yeah, which means the Any key is probably going to be the item in level 6. Again, I'm still looking for that Any key. He's got 11. Come on, game.
Yeah, is it too late to change my prediction to Any key?
No.
Meanwhile, Dr. J does not know where level 1 is, and he's checking the East Coast. I'm a little afraid, Laws. I'm a little afraid he thinks he's checked that spot where level 1 is and mismarked his map. I hope he did not.
That would be an issue. Dragondarch finding a spiral staircase, but again, level 6 is going to have at least one set of transport staircases. Let's see if we find the item here, or if this is just a transport. We have just a transport.
Which means possibly another Nightmarish 6?
Yeah, level 6 is going to be the biggest level in the first 8x16 grid, and it can be in excess of 40 rooms. Now, it can be as small as like 20-some rooms, but typically it's around 30 rooms or more, so we'll see. As Dr. J finds a medium secret for 31 rupees, he had no money to begin with, so that's a welcome sight to him. Dragondarch, though, going to try to do his best to take down these enemies in the hope for further exploration, because you got to get through them. And boy, these blue dark nuts here, they are giving Dragondarch a run for his money.
If we're seeing the effects of Dr. J's decision to get that candle later than Dragondarch did coming back to haunt him, because he didn't have any bombs either early on. So he's exploring areas that Dragondarch, using his candle, was able to get bombs, was able to check early in the seed while he was searching for his sword. So rather than going straight to the screen where level 1 is, which I, for his sake, hope he hasn't found or at least marked on his map, he's searching places we already know have nothing in them.
Dragondarch currently has a 60% chance of picking up the magical sword, but again, I remind everybody that the magical sword is way out there in Eastern Hyrule near the coast. It's highly unlikely, in my opinion, that Dragondarch's going to make a play for it, but you never know. We don't know where that white sword is, and that's still one of the 5 items missing.
Man, that was some slick combat by Dragondarch with the wooden sword taking on those blue dark nuts. No fear at all. Just dancing around him and now showing his skills against the Gibdos. Very impressive combat in this seed.
And who can blame him? Because, you know, he's got a red ring, so he's only going to lose half a heart every time he gets bopped by him. There's a clock so he can take care of this Gibdo. There's the map. Not a segmented level 6, but pretty linear. And that 8 block.
I'm going to need a minute for this one, Laws.
Ooh! Is that a potential drop room? I believe it is.
It can't be an item room, but if that ends up being the Triforce, we may have a turn of events here, folks.
Absolutely. So interesting. We see that dig dogger, and this is actually on the small side. This level 6. This level 6 is only 26 rooms. This is one of the smaller ones you'll see.
Is that our bait block? Is that our bait block there? I believe it is.
I am the Great Mito. No, I don't think that's a bait block. I think that's a community hint, but I don't quote me on that.
I'm not entirely sure, to be perfectly honest. Maybe Chad will let us know. But luckily, he did not accidentally forget and go down into that horrible dig dogger room. Instead, it opts to come over here to the east side of this northwest area and is trying to get down to that little peninsula on the east of level 6 and hopefully find that item and that Triforce as well.
CCX is giving me a negative on that, so it doesn't look like that is the bait block. Looks like that's just a troll community message. Dragondarch finding a reverse C room. This is not going to be where a pushable block is. Here's another reverse C, but again, not going to be a pushable block because of that shutter dorm to the south.
Well, good news for Dr. J. He finds level 1. Bad news is he, instead of pirouetting, uses his last bomb to bomb the top wall.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a habit I don't think you see runners do in level 1 for Randomizer, because it's something you normally see in level 1 of Vanilla. Because in level 1 of Vanilla, you've got a locked door to the north, but if you pirouette out of there to the south, go to the north, and you will get that door unlocked, and you do not have to spend one of your valuable keys. Dr. J does get his red ring, which is going to double his defense one more time, so now he's got the same defense Dragondarch's got.
Yeah, little did he know the blue ring shop just 2 screens south. If he had came one little detour to the north, he could have saved himself 250 rupees, although that may not factor in too much later in the seed. He will find his bow here, so that'll give him a little bit of relief, but he knows he needs that ladder still.
Absolutely. Dragondarch taking down this. Is this a push? Yep. So our item is going to be right here. What is our item in level 6? Well, what do you know? It's the recorder. You were right.
Wow. Well, commentator's curse. I'm glad I didn't change my prediction to the any key, Kappa.
That's right. So now it's still a 50-50 chance that the silver arrows are in level 9, because all of the items that were remaining in the seed are still fair game. So we still have the silver arrows, we still have the white sword, we still have the wand, and we still have the any key left.
Dragondarch finds the compass and decides to up A, or the correct play here. Meanwhile, Dr. J finds his Triforce. Hopefully he doesn't pick it up before he goes north and gets his bow.
Looks like he's going to dodge it for the time being, making good work of that magical boomerang to pick up the heart container. He needed it. He was down to 2 hearts.
Yeah, so your prediction's actually looking pretty decent here, Laws. White sword and silvers.
Yep, we'll see if that comes into play or if I'm only half right. We will find out in due time. Again, Dragondarch gambling on level 8s right now. He doesn't know it because, remember, he did not check level 4. So when he gets this Triforce out of level 6, it's going to be decision time for Dragondarch. And based on the way he plays, I would bet money that he's going to gamble and go straight to level 9.
Remember when I said that Dragondarch up-Aing was the correct play? I might have been mistaken there. He has to fight those blue dark nuts again.
Yeah, and that's not a pleasant room to fight him in, even with the red ring, because, again, you're taking half a heart of damage every time you get hit. But the good news is it looks like the Gibdo is the dominant enemy that's going to respawn and not the dark nuts. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I think we saw him do this in another room, and it came back, extra Gibdos, so... But he's going to try this. He's got a good line now. Nice.
Yeah, well done. Dr. J about to pick up his bow, and I believe that's the bait block.
Yes, that is the bait block. It's a useless bait block. We never checked that room because Dr. J never got this far into level 1. Unfortunately, Dr. J has just not found his bow yet. He's checking in all the wrong places. Hey, those red moblins, 0 HP. Boomerang can kill them.
Nicely done on the Troll Dongo. Gets a bomb into the Triforce room. It's free. Dragondarch has all 8 Triforces. Is he headed to 9 Laws?
I say he's headed to level 9. We will see what he decides to do. In his mind right now, there's a 40% chance that the silver arrows are in level 9, which may not sound like good odds. I mean, we know he's got a 50% chance. It's decision time for Dragondarch. Level 4, level 8, or level 9. Looks like he's heading for level 1. I think he's going to level 9 right now.
And I don't blame him, to be honest. I mean, even at a 40% chance, you've got to clear it anyways. You've got to find Zelda. You've got to find Ganon. And it's 55 minutes into the seed. Ooh, he opts up.
He has changed his mind. I think he's going to make a play for the magical sword.
Not a bad play either. I mean, you don't know where your opponent is. Unlike in vanilla, you can't see where your opponent is in the randomizer. And again, 55 minutes in, you're starting to sweat a little bit, but why not, right?
All right, here we go. 60% chance. He got it!
Advantage Dragondarch. He's got a 4 times combat boost going into 9.
That is amazing. The gamble pays off for Dragondarch, so his excavation of level 9 is going to be much, much easier now with that magical sword. That's going to do 4 hit points of damage. That means he only needs to get 4 hits on Ganon in order to take down the beast. It's a gamble that not many runners make. Dragondarch decided to take that 60% chance, and it paid off in spades.
Well, that's a nifty little trick. Laws, what did he just do with his hearts refilling?
Was that the, he went to a fairy fountain. I think he decided to up an A. I don't know what he decided to do. Everything's going so fast. He's now into level 9, about 56 minutes and 5 seconds in. So let's go over what he needs to do. First of all, he is going to be looking for 4 potential hints. There are 3 old men and 4 potential hints. What he's hoping to find is where the silver arrows are. There are also 3 other hints: where Ganon is, where Zelda is, and what is guarding the compass. But because we are playing with mixed hints, they could be replaced by troll community hints. And JSR, do you know what we have not seen yet?
I will just real quick interrupt you. We just heard the pig.
Wow, so already he has found 1/3 of the puzzle. He knows where Ganon is. When he hears that roar, that means Ganon is 1 room adjacent to where he was at that point, north, south, east, or west. So Dragondarch already having 1/3 of the puzzle solved. You know what we haven't seen yet, though?
What have we not seen?
We have not seen any mugger rooms. The leave your life or money or bombs.
You're right.
We have not seen that yet. So that could potentially replace one of our 3 hints. There can be anywhere between 0 and 3 of those mugger rooms. We've not seen any yet, so it's possible this could be a mugger-free seed. You never know. The other thing he's going to be looking for is a room with a single shutter door. If he full clears that room and that single shutter door does not open, he has found the location of Zelda. But right now, Dragondarch is looking for the silver arrows.
So far, he's come into 2 rooms with a single shutter door and has opted to clear neither of them. Focusing his search, it appears, on the silvers. I'm sure he heard Ganon's roar. So if he finds those silvers, he's in the money if he can find Zelda.
Right. That shutter door does open, so no Zelda there. Now, there is one exception to the single shutter door room. If Zelda happens to be in a room adjacent to Ganon, then in that case, Zelda could be behind a room that's got multiple shutter doors.
Two items in 9. Which ones is he going to find? The white sword at this point, obviously, he's not interested in. The wand has limited usage. The any key, in his case, has limited usage. He only cares about 1 item, folks, and only 1 item I can see him going down that staircase to get.
That's the silver arrows, of course, because obviously he's not going to pick up the white sword. He's already got the magical sword. I don't think he's going to pick up the wand, even though they're going to be useful against Patras. And obviously, the other item that is left, the any key, he's got 10 keys. I don't see him picking that up either, unless this is a really key-heavy level 9.
Potential item room here. Let's see if he decides to check it. It looks like he's going to.
Nothing.
And the search continues. And this is Dr. J's chance to catch up, although he's got a lot of catching up to do. If the silver arrows end up in levels 8, which he still has to dig, or level 6, which he still has to dig. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, we know what level 6 is. I apologize.
No problem.
Then he'll go into 9 in go mode. And we all know, Laws, what do you like to call level 9?
Level 9 is the Great Equalizer, and Dragondarch getting the most useless hint he could have wanted. The beast awaits in southeast of Skull. No kidding! We heard him as we entered the dungeon!
Game, please!
So, unfortunately, Dragondarch not getting the hint he is looking for. That means we're down to 2 old men, and again, we still have not seen any muggers. What do we have here? Nope, that's not it.
Well, good news for Dr. J.
Oh, look at this. He just found the compass. He now knows exactly where Zelda is. Now, let's see if Dragondarch decides to make a play to Zelda's room just so he knows exactly how to get there, because if you have the compass, and he's going to go for it. If we see a shutter door here, Dragondarch has found the location. He has!
All right, so now he's got 2 pieces of the puzzle. Now he's just looking for that final piece. Where are those silver arrows?
Not in that room. That did not push.
Dr. J, unbeknownst to him, is making the correct play here. We know the ladder's in 7. He found the Triforce, and he's going to dig it. And he's going to be rewarded handsomely. And
for the silver arrows! This is game, set, and match, ladies and gentlemen. Dragondarch is going to have quite the lightning seed right here. He knows where everything is. It is now just a matter of killing the beast.
And with magical sword, red ring, I mean, it's just going through the motions now. I mean, it would take a disaster.
Yep, he just needs to find the way to Ganon's room, and it may not. And all right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon in the moat room.
Well, this could be an interesting fight.
Just needs 4 hits, though. Hyrule Driver will cost him 1 heart. We've got 2. 2 more left to go. There's 3. 1 more hit left to go. There's 4. Very good Ganon fight. We're going to pick up the Triforce of Power, and we've got some crispy bacon on the board. So now all Dragondarch needs to do is backtrack to Zelda's room, and he will advance to the next round against Yunos.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to be GG's, you guys. And it's not really that Dr. J played a bad match. He didn't. He just didn't play it in the right order. Dragondarch showing excellent combat, excellent routing, and it's going to give him the reward here. He's going to win this match.
And meanwhile, Dr. J has picked up the ladder, but it's going to end up being too little, too late. Dragondarch just needs to take a couple of staircases to get back to that northwestern section of Hyrule to where Zelda is, and Dragondarch is going to put up a very, very impressive time. And remember what I said earlier, JSR, it's not how the seed starts, it's how it finishes. Remember, we were getting no breaks at all, but then Dragondarch turned on the afterburners, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, and that's the way these go sometimes. Sometimes runners panic when they are 20 minutes in with no sword or no Triforces. But once you have that knowledge, once you know where those items, those dungeons are, the rest of it is basically a speed run. And Dragondarch just speed run right to Zelda in a very impressive time.
Yep, let's see those GGs for Dragondarch. He has rescued Zelda, and he is going to be moving on to the next round of the bonus bracket, and it's not going to get any easier for Dragondarch. His next opponent is going to be Yunos, the number 2 seed of the tournament. And JSR, what do we have in as an official SRL time for our winner, Dragondarch?
Official SRL time for Dragondarch, 1 hour, 3 minutes flat. A very impressive time, and GG's to Dragondarch.
Yep, 63 minutes on a seed like this. Give it up for Dragondarch. He routed this about as good as you could have in a seed like this. That was amazing. And to be honest, I'm not surprised with Dragondarch's talents. In both of the previous Zelda randomizer tournaments, he's gone very deep into the tournament. So the way Dragondarch's been playing, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I do believe with that, we do have Dragondarch in the commentator's booth with us. Dragondarch, congratulations on a very exceptionally played seed. 63 minutes flat. Go over this with us.
So where were all those keys in my last seed?
I don't know. Well, we never found the any key. It was either in 9 or 8, and I'm still betting that the white sword's the other item in level 9, but it doesn't matter for you. You had plenty of keys to get through this seed, and just seemed like you were doing everything in the right order, Dragondarch. I mean, you could do no wrong in this seed. I mean, go over it with us.
I don't know. Like, I just kept kind of tripping over things. I mean, I had 3 levels I was ladder blocked out of early, so it's like, okay, ladder's going to be priority. And then I also bought those hints that told me the bow was in 1, so I knew exactly where I had to go for that. And I don't know, everything just seemed to be right in the way this time around, except for I think like level 6 was the one that took me the longest because of just how weird it was and how many blue dark nuts there were.
A lot of 0 HP enemies. Dr. J actually picked up the magical boomerang, and it's really helped him out. Wallmasters and Red Moblins are both at 0 HP. But yeah, this turned out to be a right order seed, and unfortunately for Dr. J, he picked up the ladder very shortly before you got done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was just one of those cases where it wasn't even that he played poorly. He just complete opposite of how you played as far as routing is concerned. He purchased the blue ring right before he found level 1. He dug some of the levels that you decided not to, and those gambles paid off handsomely for you. The item in 4, for example, was the book, and it was deep in level 4.
Oh, I'm glad I found the Triforce and just decided to... Like, I figured 4 would probably be the first one I went back to, because the only ones I don't have items out of was 4 and 8. And 4 would have been the first one I went back to. And 8, like, I didn't go... I mean, the Triforce was really early in 8, and then I saw the map, and I'm like, no, I'm not digging this.
Yeah, I certainly don't blame you. Now, I got a very important question I want to ask you, Dragondarch. You were thinking about going to level 9 right as you picked up your 8th Triforce out of level 6, but then you changed your mind and decided to make a play for the magical sword. You knew you had a 60% chance at your 12 hearts. What made you decide to go after the magical sword, considering how far away it was from the rest of the levels?
Well, I knew it wasn't too far from an up A, so I was thinking about it, and then I'm like, no, I would like to go into 9 with full health. And I took a few steps, and I'm like, if it's full of blue dark nuts, this is going to be a massive slog. I got a good chance to get it. I'm going to at least take a shot at it. I can just up A, check it real quick, up A again if it's not, or even if it is, and then I can and I thought, oh, right, I could just take a quick refill from the fairy and then go from there. So, like, I'd actually thought about checking it a lot earlier. I just kept tripping over more levels, and it's like, okay, I can just deal with wood sword for a little while, but I don't want to have to go through a dungeon as big as 9, and potentially have to be killing like blue whiz robes or blue dark nuts and only have the wood sword, because I remember what happened in the last seed.
Right. And yeah, if you look at the map here, right here on Speed Gaming 4, you'll notice all of the goodies are in the western section of Hyrule. All by itself, that magical sword near the coast. Yeah. But hey, the gamble paid off for you. You ended up getting the magical sword. It's good news for Dr. J. He's up to 13 hearts. We know it's no more than a 12-heart magical sword. So hey, everything worked out for you. So congratulations on a very well played seed. So we're down to now our final 29 players of the tournament. And Dragondarch, things do not get easier for you. Your next opponent in the next round is going to be Unos, the number 2 seed in the tournament. So it should be a thriller. Go over your thoughts about your upcoming matchup.
Well, he's the number 2 seed for a reason. So I know he's not. I know I'm gonna have to be I'm gonna have to be, bringing my A game to that match. Just looking at who I could potentially be facing going forward from here. There's no easy matches. Every one of them is going to be difficult. There's a lot of really good players who have just, for one reason or another, got knocked down into the lower bracket from, either just one bad decision or, just whatever happened to happen during their match. So it's going to be difficult from here on out, especially the next match.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been this. We have seen a lot of upsets in the bracket stages already, and that just goes to show the talent we have in this particular tournament. It is amazing, all of the players that we have seen, the cream of the crop rise up in this tournament, and that goes to show that when these races happen, there's no, easy call to think who is going to win this race. The way this is turning out to be, it's going to be anybody's game from here on out.
Meanwhile, Dr. J does get that magical sword, so that's going to help him out a little bit.
Absolutely. And actually, I do apologize. I said that Unos was the number 2 seed. Amazing Toaster is the number 2 seed. Unos is the number 3 seed. So a 3 against a 4 in a elimination race. That is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, lucky you're not in this seed. You definitely showed tremendous skill. And this kind of seed could have been trolly and difficult and long, and you made it look easy, sir.
I think level 6 has something to say otherwise.
Yeah,
I will say right now, I much prefer to fight blue Wizrobes over blue Darknuts any day.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. I don't like facing off against Darknuts either, and I've played Vanilla Zelda so many times, and I still struggle with blue Darknuts, even with the white sword and the blue ring.
Yeah, when you up 8 after you found the item in 6, my first comment was, oh, good decision, and then I immediately swallowed my words and was like, oh, wait. He has to clear all those blue Darknuts again.
It didn't matter which way I went. There was a room with blue Darknuts in it, both directions. It was either going to be in the opposite end of the staircase, there was like 6 of them, or there was the one in the spiral staircase where there was like 3 of them and a couple of other enemies. So it didn't matter what I did. I had to clear something.
Yeah, that 6 was just tough, man. And speaking of 6, Dr. J is back in 6.
At this time with 10 keys and 5 bombs to his name. But yeah, you proved time and time again, Dragondarch, you are definitely one to be reckoned with here. You've gone deep into both of our tournaments that we've had so far, and we look for you to keep up the good work in your next matchup. It's going to be a tough one, but I'm telling you what, the way you've played against some of these opponents in tournaments in the past, I think you've got a pretty good shot at it.
I feel like it's going to be a fairly even match.
Well, absolutely. So, congratulations again, Dragondarch, on a well-played seed, advancing to the next round of the tournament. JSR, do you have any other final questions for Dragondarch?
No, you covered almost everything. I definitely wish you the best of luck going forward. I cannot wait for that match. It's going to be a great one. I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we'll see a tremendous race from both of you guys.
Thanks.
All right, so while Dr. J continues his seed, I do want to point out some of the other events that are going on our family of Speed Gaming Networks. It is now 12:20 in the morning Eastern Time, so looks like that currently on Speed Gaming, after this is over with, we got a Link to the Past Randomizer Key Sanity tournament going on right now. So if you're looking for more Legend of Zelda action after this race is over, you can head on over to Speed Gaming and watch that. So we've got a lot of fun. Also, I wanted to point out to you some of the races that are going to be coming up tomorrow in our Zelda Randomizer tournament. We've got a trio of races, and they're all elimination bracket races. First of all, at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central on Speed Gaming 2, we've got Shaddy versus King Doll, and TGE and CCX are going to be on the call for that race. Then, also on Speed Gaming 2, we're going to have at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Central, Skybills and K-Mac. That is going to be a really exciting matchup. Z-Man is going to be on the call for that. And then even later on at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, Matrick versus the number 1 seed Chess Jerk on Randomania. Wolflink and Dark Falls 1983 will be on the call on that one. So a lot of exciting matches coming your way tomorrow in the tournament.
Yeah, tremendous to see the parity in this tournament. I mean, you typically see that in rando tournaments anyways, but 3 of our top 4 seeds are in the elimination, and some of our top seeds have already been eliminated. One of the defending champions had to go up against the first tournament's champion. I mean, this has been so crazy. And the thing is, like I mentioned earlier, Laws, anybody in this tournament, anybody could win the entire thing. Nobody is a lock.
I completely agree 100%. Sure, there's going to be your favorites, but those matches are not going to be a guarantee at all. So I expect to see a lot of close races, a lot of competitive races, and a lot of races that could come down to the wire where level 9 could be in place. So I am looking forward to the rest of this tournament. It's going to be quite lit.
And we still have a long way to go, too. Almost a month remaining before we get to those final 4 matches, the Elite 8 in the bonus bracket, and there's still 29 competitors. We still have Dig Shake versus Error coming up. We still have Shaddy King Doll, Random Effect Zeb Gedney, which we're currently working on. Believe it or not, it's funny because earlier in the tournament, we had Unos and RC Drone face off the same week that they faced off in the vanilla tournament. Well, this week we have Random Effect and Zeb Gedney facing off in the random tournament, and guess who's facing off in the vanilla tournament this week as well?
Let me guess, the same 2 competitors. We're going to see Random Effect and Zeb Gedney again. What are the odds? You could script this 150 times, and 150 times those scenarios would never happen.
So we're hopefully going to get a little special something. We're working out the details now, but we're going to try to get both those races scheduled back to back. So we might end up seeing the ultimate grudge match, a rando and a vanilla tournament race back to back featuring the same 2 very competent runners.
You know, it's funny. I never checked who ended up winning the Unos Drone vanilla match.
Unos won that match, but it was a very close match, and both runners were down to low health. Both runners were able to pull it out. Unos' time until earlier tonight was the second fastest of the tournament.
Dang, so Unos did get his revenge against RC Drone in that one. I'll be interested to see how the other matches line up for Random Effect and Zeb Gedney. We'll see if one clean sweeps or if we see revenge coming on both sides, regardless of, depending on what happens and which race. Which one's coming first? Are they doing their randomizer race first or their vanilla race first?
Well, I believe their vanilla race is scheduled for Sunday, the 11th, and that is at 9 p.m. Eastern. No restream scheduled as of yet. Their rando race is scheduled at 10 Eastern the same day. So,
wow, so they're going back to back. That's amazing.
Yes, they are.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Meanwhile, Dr. J still in level 6. He's still looking for the Triforce. Unfortunately, he does not have the compass. But if he continues to head east in this part, he will find his Triforce. And it looks like he's heading there. If he just heads one more room to the east, he'll get his free Triforce.
Yeah, and definitely make sure you follow both the runners tonight. Of course, Dragondarch, our winner. But follow Dr. JPHD as well. He's a tremendous rando racer, really great guy, and he's given us a good show in his final match in this tournament.
Also, make sure you are following our entire family of speed gaming channels. We have 4 speed gaming channels. Also, make sure you follow my commentator partner, JSR2 Gamers, and our tracker, Malagord. They did a great job for us tonight. It has been a fantastic race once again this evening.
Making use of his new recorder, Dr. J is warping, and he's headed to level 3. I think he meant to go to level 5.
Yep, he missed it by 1 screen. Yep, we had our little break the bank situation here where levels 3, 4, and 5 were touching each other, and he just simply went to the wrong one. No harm, no foul. He's now in level 5. He'll find his power bracelet, and I believe he's going to go ahead and pick it up once he finds it, but maybe not. He's not going to pick it up because he's seen level 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did not get the hint, and since he does not know where the silver arrows are, and of course Dragondarch's time being as good as it was, he's probably going to dig this item out and be slightly disappointed when he finds it.
Absolutely. So let's see how he does it. He finds another heart container. That is 14 hearts for Dr. J. That's an unprecedented amount of hearts that you're going to see a runner get.
And with Red Ring, that's 14 times 4. That's a pretty nice little cushion.
That's 56 hearts, essentially. Yes, indeed. Dr. J is going to find the transport staircase. Again, level 5 is going to have at least one. 5 through 8 will have at least one set of transport staircases. Now, I don't know if you were on the race with us Sunday. I don't know if word was made known to you, but we had an interesting occurrence happen Sunday regarding level 9. We had a segment to level 9.
Really?
Yes.
I did not hear this.
They exist. Ooh, and this is a segment to level 5. Contestants, name that ink blot.
Oh. That one is a place kicker slipping before he kicks the football.
Yes. I love that answer. This is like the ice. This is Ice Bowl 3, and just pick your 2 favorite teams, and it's the opposing kicker who's about to kick the game-winning field goal down by 2 points, slips on the ice, falls on the ball, the other team recovers, and the game's over. I love that answer. That's the answer of the night. That was brilliant, Jazz.
I actually see a barbershop chair with the footrest coming off.
That's not bad. I was going to say that it was a dinosaur doing figure skating, and one of his skates fell off.
I can see that.
Yeah. There's Dr. J finding the transport staircase. That means there's 2 sets of transport staircases because this is a segment of level 5. So Dr. J is going to have a little bit of trouble finding the item. He's going to have to find the correct staircase in order to get the prize he needs. And there's a hint. He doesn't need to see by a lake as an entrance to death. Both players knew where level 9 is.
Despite having the red ring, he opts not to up aid, probably to conserve health. But to be honest, I mean, where the transport staircase was is probably the correct play anyways.
Yeah. Because again, he's got 14 hearts. That's quite a bit. So basically, Lucy pulling the football before Charlie Brown can punt the ball. That is a winner right there. I love that answer. Yes.
Yeah, I think that might have topped my answer by a little bit there. That's a good one.
Yes. Arg! Oh, I love it. Nice. Give Dr. J credit. He could have won ahead and not forfeited at the end, but he is persevering through this seed, and he's only got a couple more Triforce pieces left to go, and level 9 was a pretty quick level 9 for Dragondarch, so if Dr. J is able to make the same routing plays, and he's going to hear Ganon pretty much immediately when he enters level 9, then he'll be able to turn in a very respectable time as Dr. J has finally found his power bracelet. He's just going to go ahead and pick it up just for kicks. We know it is not required to beat this seed, so now he needs to pick up the Triforce and also go to level 8. We'll see what he decides to do, if he decides to want to dig out the items at level 8, or if he's going to hit the Gamblematic 9000.
Well, I mean, it is a 50-50 shot. He's in no rush, of course. I mean, there's no reason to at this point. But knowing that his opponent finished with such a good time, I wouldn't be surprised if he gambles.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gambles in level 9 either. So level 8, again, is in vanilla level 3, and let's see where he decides to go.
But he is headed to 8. He does need to get the Triforce out of 8. But if I remember correctly, the Triforce in 8 wasn't too tough to find.
No, it wasn't. We saw the map. We knew there were 33 rooms, but we never found any of the item staircases. So, yeah, if Dr. J takes the same path that Dragondarch took, he will also skirt the 2 items, and then we will just see what kind of decision he makes. Of course, if he takes another route, then we might be able to complete what items we have found on the seed. And if we do find both of the items in level 8, I will make one final item recap at that point.
Yeah, this is one of those weird situations where we found almost every item in the game, we already have a runner finished, and yet we might not know what items are where for what's remaining, because unless we find the other item in 9 or both items in 8, we won't be able to know for sure.
Oh, hello, Manhandler. Well, the good news is he's got a magical sword, so this is going to be taken down Quicksville. But even at this state, Troll Handle not cooperating.
I don't know if Troll Handle ever really cooperates. They gave him that nickname for a reason, unfortunately. Luckily, he gets through with that red ring, No problem.
He finds the bomb upgrade with the 75 rupees. He'll go ahead and purchase that and get an extra 2 bombs. So maximum now for him, 10 bombs. Did pick up the compass, but he's not making a beeline for the Triforce, so he may be trying to dig out the items in level 8, and if he decides to do so, he is probably not going to be happy.
Made quick work of that rupee, boss. Well played. Just to find a staircase.
Yep, and that is going to be the only transport staircase, because if I remember correctly, Dr. J or Dragondarch found the map. It was not a segment to level 8, so we're just going to see the one set. Unfortunately for Dr. J, there's no push block there. Maybe we might find one here.
Finds a fairy explosion at least.
This is a push block, and if it's a transport, then unfortunately, yep, that's the other end of that transport staircase. So now if he finds staircases, guaranteed they're going to be the items.
Yeah, our transport staircases and our warps, we're kind of trolly in this seed for sure.
Absolutely. Can't push that one, so it looks like Dr. J is going to have to look elsewhere for his 2 items. I think at this point, Dr. J, considering the situation, maybe he's decided, I'm going to go for the 100% here.
And again, why not, you know? I mean, he has 12 keys now, so I guarantee you the any key's an 8.
Yeah. Any key's got to be an 8. It's a 2 and 3 chance, so I'm sticking by my predictions. I think White Sword's the other item in level 9, and I think there's a pretty good chance we are going to find out. Now, again, Dr. J does not have the map, and remember that the path that Dragondarch took the alternate way, he was able to stumble across the map. Well, Dr. J finding more keys. He's now got a whopping 13 keys to his name. Yeah, any key's got to be in level 8. Just got to be.
Who is it that had, I believe, 16 keys when he found the any key? I can't remember who it was.
I do not remember. Here's another... Nope, never mind. And unfortunately, Dr. J, remember, he does not have the wood arrows, so if there's an item behind that Goma, he's out of luck.
And that'll be interesting to see what his play is in this case. I mean, we have seen the silver arrows blocked by a Goma before. Hopefully, for his sake, he doesn't think that the silvers are blocked by that Goma, because otherwise, with only 89 rupees, I don't remember what the price of the arrows were, or did we even... I mean, obviously we saw one because Dragondarch got it.
They were 65 rupees. They were 15 below the vanilla price. So he's in good shape money-wise. He won't be able to buy potions. And we saw the price of potions. I believe it was 62 rupees for the red potion, but the Pepsi was expensive. So Coke was the way to go in this seed. Because I remember it was buy 1 potion, get the second potion for 8 rupees. We find another heart container. He's now got 15 hearts.
Yeah, I think that's where he's going to probably wind up, but that's pretty crazy to see it.
15 hearts is rare. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen a 16 heart randomizer race. It maybe has happened once or twice, but 15 hearts is an unprecedented number of hearts to have in randomizer.
I have seen 16 exactly once.
Seen it once.
And it was Paratrooper that got it.
That might have been the race I was calling, because I remember a seed, because it was against Cantaloupe Me. I don't know if it was that particular race, Dragondarch, but there was a seed where Paratrooper decided to keep looking through dungeons to get heart containers, and, you know, it ended up paying dividends because he was able to pick up the magical sword, and it turns out there was a workaround to that Goma.
Well, there actually is a race coming up, an annual race on Valentine's Day. A pretty cool rando race where the runner is required to pick up all of the red items. That includes all 16 heart containers, the red ring, the meat, the red candle, all of the red goodies.
What about the red potion? Do they have to at least buy a red potion at least once during the race?
I think they buy it. I don't know if they have to finish with it. I cannot recall for sure.
All right. That'll be interesting, and I look forward to that. If I'm around, I might watch it. And if it's one of those showcase races, who knows? Maybe I'll be on the commentary. Who knows?
Yeah, shouts out to the Zelda 1 randomizer community. They have a lot of really cool events, races, and of course tournaments that a lot of fun. And if you're watching this and you've never given the randomizer a shot, or if you don't feel like you have the capabilities to do it, especially if you like this game vanilla, especially if you've played this game to death, the randomizer is such a tremendous, new, fresh way to play this game. It's literally a new game every time, millions of combinations. It is epic, and I definitely recommend you give it a shot. You won't regret it. There's the wand.
Well, it is getting down to the nitty-gritty. We are down to 2 items. It's the white sword and it's the any key. So the next staircase he finds will be that second item, and we will find out if that prediction I made, which seems like eons ago, is the correct prediction.
Yeah, my money's on that. Any key's going to be here.
Yeah.
He's spending a lot of keys to get it. He's down to 10. He's in key trouble, Oz.
Yeah, I feel very bad for Dr. J. And we find another Goma. Let's see if he's able to bomb. Again, it's been eons since I've seen the map, and unfortunately, it's a dead end for Dr. J.
Yeah, some crazy ink blots in this seed for sure.
Yep, and Dr. J unable to bomb to the left in that room. Again, if I had the ink blot, I would know exactly where Dr. J would need to go. He's trying to play the game of find the bomb hole, and unfortunately the producers are winning right now.
He's definitely got to be careful here. It's one of the dangers of playing find that bomb hole. He finds a bomb hole.
Well, let's see if we find the staircase. Nope. He's actually been in that room to the right before, so it looks like he's not going to find much there. He's down to 1 bomb, so he's going to have to be very, very careful going from here on out. And he's now going to head to the right of that blue Goma. And I don't know if we have checked this or not. If this one pushes, this should be it.
This might have been a transport staircase. I cannot remember. It gets a nice bomb drop there.
Yeah, it might have been the transport staircase we saw earlier. Yeah, it was. And he's going to find out that, whoops, I've been in this room already.
He was just, checking. Wait, no! Was that a second staircase?
No, that we've seen that room before because of the bomb hole.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Now Dr. J, let's see what he decides to do. Is he going to continue to excavate level 8 and try to find the other item, or is he just going to pick the Triforce? Or maybe the other item is next door to the Triforce.
That's the one area he hasn't been to, and there's a lot of dungeon over there.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there was a lot of ink blot in that section where the Triforce was, so you might have to go in that area to find the second item. Now, there's the map. Yeah, that was the route that Dragondarch did. Yep, he's got his ink blot, so now Dr. J knows exactly where he can go to bomb. Looks like Dr. J is going to give it the old college try. He's going to clear this room and go to the shutter door on the right. And that's what connects to the H-mote room right there. So he'll have to, luckily for him, the boomerang will take care of those moblins, and he gets a heart container for his trouble. Now he'll go to the right, and we'll see if there is, nope, that's not it. At this point, you've got to wonder if Dr. J is pot committed to this level 8, and that as much as he's cleared of it, he's going to be determined to find that second item at level 8. Because again, he doesn't know it. Silver arrows are 9, but we'll see what he decides to do if he picks up this Triforce.
Yeah, he's explored most of it. There's 2 rooms to the west that I don't think he's peeked into just yet. But I agree with you, Laws. At this point, I mean, it's not going to cost you anything. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe he's going for the Triforce.
Looks like it. Yep, he is going to go for the Triforce, and I would imagine he will be done. Well, he doesn't want to take care of Gleok right now. Yep, he is pot committed. He is going to go for the second item, and once we find that second item, we'll know what the second item in level 9 is going to be, and he'll know that the silver arrows will be in level 9 also.
I'll give it another try. I mean, at this point, you've already cleared most of the dungeon. You might as well check. And the old man's telling him, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah, it's like, little does he know, that old man's a soothsayer. Because, yes, I wouldn't explore this part of the level if I were you. And, yeah, it's looking like the upper western section. And, yeah, now that I look at that ink plot, I've had some time to look at that ink plot. You know what it kind of reminds me of? In Atari 2600, it almost looks like the ship that you play as in Phoenix.
Oh, okay. I'm not too familiar with that game, but I can definitely see that being some sort of Atari sprite for sure.
Yep. That's what it looks like to me. The ship sprite in Phoenix for Atari 2600.
Yeah. The Shapes version of Randomizer is so much fun to play. Even if it is trolly or frustrating from time to time, you get some really awesome variety and some level shapes you would obviously don't see in Rando at all, not even close.
Yep, so you had to play a game of Find the Bomb Hole, and let's see if this room to the far northwest is our second item. Before he does that, he's going to try to get some bombs from these Gibdos. I certainly don't blame him. Does get a couple of lucky bomb drops, so now he's back up to the maximum of 10 bombs. And nope, that's a dead end. That's a turnstile room. Wow.
One room to the far northeast under the 8.
Ouch. Well, this was definitely no easy level 8. Having the map could have definitely saved some time. And like I said, taking different paths usually determines wins or losses in this race. So Dr. J taking the most convoluted path you could possibly take, but he's going to have to go to the northeast if he wants that second item.
And of course, he doesn't know that the silvers are in 9. But now, with the situation being what it is, he is, like you said, committed to finding this other item.
Yeah, and he's going to have to go around again.
Like, it's kind of one of those things where sometimes you meta just off of what your opponent has done. And he's been in level 8 nearly 20 minutes at this point.
Yeah, that's
there's got to be a little voice. There's got to be a little voice in his head telling him, "There's no way this is the silvers. You got to go to 9."
Well, let's see if. Oh, I see what he's going to do. He's going to take the staircase. It's going to take him into a room where he'll gain access to that room that was bow blocked. Because remember, there was a workaround, so he knows in his mind, well, I got to go around.
He's been over there before, so there absolutely is a path there.
Oh, yeah.
Does he remember how to get there? Because I don't.
But I don't either. And we've been seeing this level 8 for quite a while, so... But yeah, again, we know there's a workaround. Dr. J just has to find that workaround again. Yeah, I think he's found it now.
He might have found it, yeah.
He just needs to go north. Unfortunately, he's going to have to clear these pancakes again, so... Link getting his fill on like pancakes here, and the funny part about this is he doesn't gain any weight by doing so.
Yeah, no matter what, he's going to be disappointed with this item find.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think he's going to immediately realize one of the mistakes he made, which is not really his fault, is digging this level 8 out. That was a gamble that Dragondarch made that we questioned at the time. Turned out to be the right play and then some.
This has to be the staircase room. He has checked the rest of level 8, so once he full clears this, we're going to find out what the second item in level 8 is, and he's going to know that those silver arrows are in level 9. There's the block that pushes. Our second item in level 8 is the White Sword Curses.
Yeah, that doesn't help him at all. And the trolley seed continues for Dr. J. Again, the routing errors he made aren't really errors per se, more than bad luck. It just, he got all the bad luck.
Yep, and I will now go over the items for this seed, because we now know where the any key is. It's now in level 9. Items in level 1 were the bow and the red ring. Level 2, the raft. Level 3 had the red candle. Level 4, the book. Level 5, the power bracelet. Level 6, the recorder. Level 7, the ladder. Level 8, the wand and the white sword. Level 9 has the silver arrows and the any key. The Armo statue item was the heart container. The ladder item on the coast, Lord Banana. And the white sword item, the inferior model. Those are our items for the seed.
So with all 8 Triforces and the knowledge that the silver arrows are in 9, at least we believe he knows that, Dr. J is headed to level 9. And luckily for him, he's going to be pleased to find that if he takes the right path, this is a very fast 9.
Absolutely. And with 116 rupees, he's opting not to buy a potion. I don't think he bought a potion. I mean, I could be wrong about that. He's going to go into level 9, though, with plenty of health. He's got 15 hearts. That's equivalent to 60 hearts with his red ring. He's got the magical sword. He's definitely in good shape. 11 keys, 6 bombs, All he has to do is find the pieces. And he's going to start by going to the left.
We saw Dragondarch go to the right and immediately heard the pig. If this... No, this is not a transport staircase. So if he doesn't find a bomb hole here, he'll be okay. But if he finds a bomb hole here, he could end up on the wrong path.
Absolutely. We did not see the map in level 9. We only saw the compass. So I'll be interested to see what this ink blot looks like in level 9. Okay, so he does not have a potion because we see the letter in his inventory. Oh, there is a bomb hole to the left, not to the north.
And little does he know, just more bad luck.
Yep. Taking the trip to Albuquerque instead of taking the trip to Santa Fe.
He does find a staircase. This could be our any key.
Right, he's got 11 keys. Nope, that's one of the 6 sets of transport staircases. Level 9 is going to have 6 sets of transport staircases and 2 item staircases for a grand total of 14 staircases. That is, unless, of course, level 9 is segmented, which we didn't think would ever exist, but it did on Sunday, and he has found the any key.
And, you know,
wow.
why not? You never know. There could be 12 locked doors in level 9.
That's right. Level 9 could be a key-heavy level 9, so hey, if you're going to 100% clear this seed, why not pick it up?
Exactly. And welcome to Blue Wizrobeville.
He is getting out of there very, very quickly. What I was going to say is, unless it's a segmented level 9, which I didn't think I'd ever see one, but we saw one during Sunday's race. If that's the case, then there would be 7 sets of transport staircases. So then there would be a total of 16 staircases.
He's in the neighborhood now to hear a pig. Hopefully he hears it, at least he'll know that there's a path.
Correct. Yeah, and it was a very, very easy path to get to the pig. Dragondarch had no trouble getting into Ganon's room from the start. There's their map, and this is not a segmented level 9. So for the final time, contestants, name that ink blot.
Well, Dr. J hears the roar of Ganon, and it vibrated level 9 so hard that it shook the map up.
It kind of does look like the vanilla level 9 shaken up a little bit. I'll have to give you credit for that one. And it's kind of on the small side. This is a 54-room level 9. The vanilla number is 57 rooms, I believe.
Yeah, and Dr. J bombs down into Ganon's room, has confirmed the location of Ganon, so he knows where the pig is. Now, if he can find that compass, he'll be in the neighborhood for those silver arrows, and that would allow him to be on the right path to finish the seed up promptly.
That is correct, because once Dragondarch found the compass, he did not find the silver arrows much longer past that. So if Dr. J can find that compass, he'll be in the money there.
Now, if I remember correctly, and it's been about 40 minutes or so since, he made a beeline towards Zelda and found the silver arrows near Zelda's room, which was in the northwest, correct?
That's right. And this, that reminds me. This is another one of those seeds where Zelda freely leaves the treasures just outside of her room. This is like the 3rd such seed I've seen in the last week. It's amazing.
Just giving our runners a helping hand. She's like, here, I'm going to do what I can. And meanwhile, I'm just going to sit by my fire, nice and cozy, and you get to go do all the dirty work for me.
Well, she's still the Ice Queen, though. I mean, let's face it. It was both Ganon and Zelda lost tonight. I mean, it's one of the rare times where I can consider both our hide-and-seek contestants losers tonight because, let's face it, Ganon was a bigger loser because he was just right there at the entrance, but Zelda didn't win. Put it that way, she didn't win.
She kind of cheated.
Yeah.
It was like if you're playing hide and seek with your little brother, and your little brother's too young, and you say, "Hey, little bro, hide behind this invisible curtain. Nobody's gonna see you."
Yeah, precisely. Now we'll see if there's a bomb hole to the left here of this dangerous Patra room, and he is getting tanked all over the place. Nope, no sir.
Again, he's searching for a shutter door as well as a push block. We know that Zelda resides in the northwest. He does not. So he's looking for that push block. He's looking for that shutter door. So any room like this, he's going to check for a push block.
Yep, he's going to push this block right here, and he's going to find a transfer staircase. He's going to take it.
This could bite him in the bum a bit if it takes him away from Zelda, and it does.
Oh, that's terrible. And it takes him into a room full of blue land molas to boot. Near start.
One step forward, 2 steps back, unfortunately. But he might find another way back up there, or it could be this.
Kidnap awaits in northwest of Skull, so now he knows the vicinity of where Zelda is. That is 2 of the 3 hints that we have seen. That leaves 1 hint, and obviously he knows that the silver arrows are level 9, but he'd love to get that hint because it will tell him which quadrant they're in.
That was about the best luck he's gotten this entire seed. The poor Dr. J has had wrong turns that were never his fault for the most part. Finally catches a break. When he finally steers the wrong direction, the game finally says, all right, man, here's a hint, and there's no other way to go. You were in the right spot, bro. Go back.
Yep. So now we're getting very close to where Zelda's room is. He pushes this block. Was this where the silvers were? Yes, indeed.
So now, does he up A to fight the pig, or does he find Zelda first? I think he's going to find Zelda first.
Yeah, because if he would have went for the pig, I think he would have up into 8 immediately. So he's going to confirm where Zelda's room is. He's not too far from where she is. And then she'll... There's finally our mugger room. 1 heart or 36 rupees.
Also means that there's going to be 1 less hint in level 9.
Yep, those are all 3. Those are all 3. And I didn't think we were ever going to see a mugger room, and Dr. J just proved us all wrong. There it was.
Interesting. He's going back the way he came, even though he already seen these rooms, and he knows that Zelda's in the northwest.
He may try a different route. That's what my thinking is right now. He's probably going to check a different part of this level 9 sector. And he never picked up the compass, so that is going to hurt him just a little bit.
Taking on these blue whiz robes in a very fun room. How do you do? Have some beams to the face.
Yeah, but he made quick work of those blue whiz robes, and again with the magical sword, they I believe blue whiz robes have 9 hit points, so the range is 7 to 11. So if the roll is right, they only take 2 magical sword hits before they're down. I believe I was just about to say no. Now he's going to take the staircase. I was just about to say, I do recall seeing a tea room in Dragondarch's quest to find Zelda.
Yeah, again, I think he was headed the right direction and then went the wrong direction. So perhaps he remembered that hint as northeast rather than northwest.
Could be.
Or perhaps he's going straight for Ganon. He's very close to Ganon now. I think we're going to see him take on the pig.
That's what it's looking like to me. He's making a beeline towards the beast right here. And he's about a room away. I believe it's to the south of this bomb hole that he made earlier. So one more time, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. Once again, 4 magical sword hits are what we need. Takes a Hyrule driver there, but that's a perfect stun lock. Great fight there by Dr. J. We've got more bacon. He'll pick up his Triforce of Power. Just needs to head back to the northwest section and rescue Zelda, and he'll complete this seed.
Yeah, it was very nice knowing that he had the red ring. He had enough health to kind of tank that fight. Why not, right? I mean, just get to the bottom where it's safer and just get to that position where you can set up that stun lock, and he did it perfectly.
No question about it right there. So Dr. J is going to take this staircase to get back to the section where he was. No, he took a different staircase here. Now he's in a room full of ropes. Can he bomb to the west? quickly, I'm going to go over once again. If you just joined us, we have 3 races coming your way. Technically, if you're on the East Coast later today, we've got Shaddy and King Doll happening at 1 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 2. Then we'll have Skybills and K-Mac happening at 9:30 Eastern, also on Speed Gaming 2. And then at 10 Eastern on Randomania, we have Matrick and Chester. Those are 3 elimination matches. They're going to be quite exciting. So if you've enjoyed the Zelda Randomizer tournament, we've got 3 more races coming for you later on tonight.
Nice. He finds his compass. He knows where Zelda is. He'll make a beeline directly for her. He'll be done very shortly.
Yep, within the next few moments, Dr. J will rescue the princess, and he will complete this seed. We'll see if we do have an interview for him. So let's see those GGs for Dr. J. He persevered in this race. It was a tough seed for him, but he will finish in under 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Official SRL time of exactly 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 50 seconds. Dr. J, the runner-up, but get your GGs out in chat. The perseverance, the determination to finish this race, well done.
Yes, indeed. He played very, very well, but again, he just got unlucky with the routing, and I mean, that was literally the difference of this game was the routing.
Yeah, again, it wasn't that he played poorly, not by any stretch. It's just every gamble he made came back to bite him, whereas every gamble Dragondarch made paid off tenfold.
Yeah, but we do now have a Dr. J in the commentator's booth with us. Dr. J played very well tonight, and we comparing the death count, it was 4 versus 3, so that was not the issue. It's just, as JSR said as you came in here, it seemed like the gambles you made ended up being the wrong gambles, and that just essentially was the race right there. It was the routing decisions between the two of you. So why don't you go over the scene with us, Dr. J?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much what it was had I just thought the bomb where 7 was, could have been a completely different race because the ladder was right there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that late ladder, finding level 1 late, and then the ladder blocks were all over early game, level 3, level 8. It was just kind of one of those unfortunate chain event kind of seeds where Dragondarch had that ladder early enough that he set that chain of events in motion. And actually, when you grabbed your ladder, he was just a room away from Zelda.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the ladder was right there, I'm just like, he's got this. There's no way I'm going to catch up.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, and like, it's not that you played poorly, not by any stretch, but yeah, just every gamble you made, there was no hints to be had throughout the seed. It was a poverty seed, and it just was that kind of thing. Rando just kind of being Rando.
Definitely, yeah. I'm proud of the way I played tonight. It's just didn't go the way I wanted it to. It happens.
Absolutely. Again, you played very, very well. Unfortunately,